I can't harp on it enough. Accuracy is the name of the game, and that's what makes you stand out from your competitors. If you are always putting out information that is accurate and credible, you solidify your credibility, and every time people want to come to you for information.
Hello and welcome to YEN.com.gh. My name is Philip Abutiati, and this is our special coverage of the 2020 general election. Now, with the hashtag YEN election, today we want to talk about the media. We want to see how prepared the media is for the coverage of the election and how we should go about it generally. And so we'll be speaking to a practitioner. But before I introduce my guest to you, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and join the conversation with the hashtag YEN election. Now, my guest for today is Araba Koomson. If you are a fan of multimedia, I'm sure you've seen her on TV or you've heard her on radio. And today we want to interact with her about the general elections. And so let me welcome her. Araba, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. I've been seeing you on TV, and it's a privilege to have you on my set today.
That's nice to know.
All right. So tell us, the elections are close. We have a few days more. The countdown has begun. And we want to find out, is the Ghanaian media prepared for the coverage of the election?
I believe that to a large extent, the Ghanaian media is prepared for the upcoming elections. And why do I say so? Because if you cast your eyes around at the various TV stations and radio stations, a lot of them are discussing their issues. They're using their platforms to discuss the issues that matter to the people who will eventually be exercising their franchise on December 7th. So it's a departure from the past where you just let the politicians talk about everything that they are coming to do without scrutinizing it. I think that for now, the media is a bit more informed than before. They are questioning the issues and the policies that the politicians are presenting, and they're helping the electorate to make an informed choice.
All right, that brings us to a very important question. Now, there is this new media. I know at first it was just traditional media, but there's social media. People call themselves community journalists and all that. There's a lot of information. Some are fake. In this era of, a lot of information, fake news and all that, how should the media manage, or how should the media go about their reportage just to avoid, giving out false information?
It's all well and good to, speedily put out the information. But the name of the game is accuracy. That is what ensures or solidifies your credibility. So if you get information, let me just say that if information pops up on social media and traditional media doesn't have it first, what traditional media should do, and is mandated to do, is to check all the boxes and ensure that the information they're putting out is accurate. Because oftentimes, there's information on social media that doesn't turn out to be accurate. So it's important for media personnel, media practitioners to ensure that whatever they put out there is accurate.
Now, the next thing is competition. There are a lot of media houses. Some are private, some are there essentially just to make profit. And now it's about who breaks the news first. How should the media balance this competition? For instance, should media houses go ahead, declare election results ahead of the EC? How should it be?
I mean, there will always be competition, and there will always be media houses who want to go ahead of others. Of course, I mean, once you put the information out there ahead of your competitors, a lot more people will gravitate towards you because they feel like you always have the information and you're quick to break it. But in as much as you're quick to break it, one cardinal rule that you must also always follow is to ensure that what you're putting out there is correct. Like I said before, you need to cross-check your facts and cross-check as many times as possible so that you don't end up misinforming the public. So yes, in circumstances where, the votes are being cast, the ballots are being counted, media houses are in a rush to sort of, project who is the winner. But our job is not to declare the winner. Our job usually is just to project based on the information and the votes that have come in. Because also remember, we have representatives and reporters at all the polling stations who are counting alongside the EC officials as well as the politicians. And so we get the information in real time. And that's why the media is critical, because when that happens, everything is transparent, and the politicians cannot cheat. So it's important that in as much as we are in a rush to put out the information, we need to ensure that the information we are putting out there is accurate.
I'm sure you've been in this game for some time now. Now, could you recall some of your experiences covering elections in the past, especially when you were a young journalist? What are some of the moments that you can't forget? Some of the moments that come to mind anytime we talk about election coverage.
Okay, so I remember the coverage of the 2000 elections, in which former President Kufuor emerged president. I mean, we didn't sleep. I just started my journey as a journalist, and I wasn't used to the long hours. We virtually slept in the office for like 2 days. I didn't bath, I didn't shower, but it was a very thrilling and exciting journey. Let me put it that way. So fast forward to 2016. I've covered several elections after that. Fast forward to 2016. I mean, obviously there are issues that come up. There are challenges that you face. You go to certain areas where people are hostile and they want to beat you up because maybe it's a stronghold and you're reporting something wrong that their candidate is doing. They won't take... They will not be too happy about that. And so, I mean, I was almost faced with that situation where I was almost beaten up, but I had to stand up for myself, and I had to also make sure that I ensure my safety. So I moved towards the police in that area. Otherwise, I think I would have been beaten up. But all in all, it's always exciting. Make sure that in as much as you are excited to put out the information, you are also ensuring your own safety.
Right. So I was coming to that. I mean, what piece of advice would you give to fellow journalists who will be covering the elections?
I mean, I can't harp on it enough. Accuracy is the name of the game, and that's what makes you stand out from your competitors. If you are always putting out information that is accurate and credible, you solidify your credibility, and every time people want to come to you for information. So all I'll say is, make sure you put out accurate information in as much as you're trying to put it out speedily.
Last but one question. Now to the electorates, what would you advise them to look out for before choosing whom to vote for? There are some people who are just tied to certain political parties. They don't look out for facts. I am born here and so I belong to this party. What would you tell electorates?
I'd like to think that our democracy is evolving and that, people are becoming more discerning. And because of that, because social media is also available, you can put out information all the time. You have access to all the information you can. You should inform yourselves about the policies and the programs that the various parties are offering. Don't just get stuck in a rut because my parents support this party, so I'm also supporting this party. Or I come from a certain ethnic constitution, so I am supporting this party. No. Look at the policies that all parties are offering. And, decide for yourself, make an informed decision that when I choose this, it will be better for me at the end of the day.
All right, now finally, your peace message to fellow Ghanaians. What should we do to ensure that there is peace before, during, and after the elections as ordinary Ghanaians?
Ghana is recognized in the sub-region as one of the most if not the most peace-loving nation within West Africa. This is something that our West African neighbors don't have. So we must guard it jealously. Elections is about a contest of ideas, not about a contest of might. So we don't need to fight each other. You can agree to disagree. So you say yours, I say mine, we disagree, and we move on. And at the end of the day, we maintain our peace.
Right. We certainly don't have to fight each other, and that's coming from Araba Koomson, an ace broadcaster with a multimedia group here in Ghana. My name is Philip Abutiati, and this is YEN.com.gh. Remember to follow all our conversations with the hashtag YEN election. I'll see you on another edition of the show.